Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Frozen Cups and Hot Chips. I'm your host, Tidewater Terrell. Hey, we're nestled in the middle of Norfolk, Virginia, here for an amazing segment. I've got Auntie here. Yes, totally. Bountiful Utopia, a holistic approach to how you enjoy being able to release. We're going to get into all of that, but first of all, Auntie, thank you so much for having us out today.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad you could make it.
Thank you so much. Hey, you know where we at. We is popping that out here. So Auntie and the crew, shout out to our executive assistant in the back, our man Black, helping us out today as
Black?
well. Yes. So we're here, Bountiful Utopia. You know we've been teasing it, talking about it. Yes, we're here talking about cannabis. We're talking about wellness. We're talking about health all the way around. And you know, it's bigger than just the flowers. It's bigger than what you think it is. So Auntie, who's an expert, and yeah, we out here. It's August in VA, and we live. Her phone rocking. She's a businesswoman, so it's cool. But we're gonna talk about the business. We're gonna talk about how she got here. We're gonna also touch base on some of the science behind the medicinal. You know, I'm interested, but I'm gonna be quiet. Auntie, first of all, talk to us about Bountiful Utopia. Tell us about it.
So Bountifuel is actually my baby. The inception of it came because of what my father went through. My dad passed away in 2008. But prior to him passing away, he suffered from renal failure. He was on dialysis 3 times a week. And so with that being said, he continued to work at Norfolk Naval Shipyard. So after he passed away, I wanted to find something that I could do that I would love. So it was like I was never coming back to work again. And that's how I started to study the plant. And once I dove into the plant and found out about all of the miracle properties that are associated with hemp and CBD, I haven't stopped.
So dive into that. You know, we need to hear that. Let us know.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
So basically, every illness that is known to us in the United States comes from inflammation. So one of the biggest herbs that we have that helps you with inflammation is CBD.
Okay.
Inside of our system, we have what's called cannabinoids. And cannabinoids is like off of all of your nerves and muscles, you have like little hairs that have suction cups on the end.
Wow.
And those suction cups is what we consider to be cannabinoids. So your body's already looking for that anyway.
Y'all getting that?
Yeah. So once you bring CBD into your system on a regular basis, most times it starts off with at least 14 days of a regimen. It works on the areas that you have more inflammation. So people who suffer from anxiety, depression, chronic illness, all of those things will be treated with repeated use of CBD.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is a myth about CBD that people always come in when you see it in the store?
The biggest myth is that CBD or cannabis is a gateway drug. Okay. That was all propaganda that was created way back when the DuPonts.
She preaching now.
Yeah,
y'all.
right.
Okay.
I ain't gonna go too deep,
Yeah, I
but
don't know if they're ready for that.
yeah. So we'll do that another time. That's a whole segment later. But
you heard Auntie say it first.
Basically, it was just a power play. It was about money because hemp is as strong and as durable as plastic.
Wow.
So long time ago, the DuPonts did their lobbying, and whomever was in office at that time created this whole scenario that, hey, this is a gateway drug, and we need to classify it the same way that we classify opioids.
Okay.
And so there was no scientific data to back that up. The only thing that really happens if you consume a lot of CBD or cannabis is you get hungry and you get fat. Okay. But outside of that, there's no scientific data that says after you smoke weed or after you use can of butter or you use the tinctures that it's going to lead you to crack or it's going to lead you to cocaine or whatever it is. So that's the biggest myth, and I can't stand it.
Right. Hey, I like it. Way to clarify that. So talk to me about you're a business owner. You're a woman of color, a business owner in an urban city. What are some of the challenges getting into the CBD lane? You know, it's not necessarily where you see people of color in this industry here in the onset. Talk to us about the challenges.
The outside of the challenges with our local and state government, the biggest challenge is trying to educate our folks because our folks are just looking for sticky icky and looking for
that talk.
the experience the euphoria experience. They don't want to take the time to find out, hey, you know what's really causing you to urge to smoke is because maybe you have PTSD or maybe you're depressed. So let me show you the smart way to do it. And that's the hard thing. Everybody wants the immediate gratification, but they don't want to do the work that goes along with helping them get better. And if I could take the time to educate all of my folks that just want the sticky icky and say, hey, let me just help you, because some people get the burnout. And the reason you get the burnout is because you don't have enough CBD. It's a balance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, look, we got a whole lot more. We're going to switch up and get inside a beautiful shop. We're going to talk about the pets for all of you animal lovers.
Yes.
So, you know, we're gonna let you know how to lay them down. No melatonin over here. We're gonna lay them down though.
Exactly.
Hey, it's Auntie. It's Tidewater Terrell. It's frozen cups and hot chips at Bountiful Utopia. Stay tuned.
You heard.
Frozen cups and hot chips in the building. I got you, man. I got you, bro.
We're back, Auntie. Tell us what we got going on.
Okay, so I want to show you one of my biggest sellers. This right here is a vaporizer. You actually are able to consume hemp in all three different versions, either concentrate, flower, or as a cart. If this fills all the way to the top, ingesting all of this all the way to the top is equivalent to smoking a whole 8. Now we're not gonna do that today, but we have my nephew Black. He about to demonstrate.
Yeah, doing.
What's up, Black?
All right, this machine here, this is a really great product. I have one myself, so check it out. It's really good, smooth.
Now, in the comfort of your own home,
Oh, yeah.
in the comfort of your own home, this is actually like this. So you would take it and you would take it back like this, as if you were drinking it.
Ooh, I love that thing.
So when you're looking at, you know, that concentrate there and
Oh,
Black, is that saving more of the product? Is
Absolutely, it's saving more. You get a more concentrated vibe from it, a feeling from it. It's great, man, and it's quick, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? I can whip it out when I'm at home, or if I'm in the car, I pull it out, and it's, you see, ain't nothing attached to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's a clean experience. You don't have to
Very
worry about the
clean.
paper. Yeah.
Very clean.
Wow. So, Auntie, talk to me about the advantages and how you take care of the pets. I see we got
Oh, absolutely. Come on down here.
we got a little bit, you know, we got a little bit of everything in here. You all.
Yep. So we have treats, collars, and we also have balm. So my dog, his paws get really sensitive, especially when it's hot outside. So you just take this and you would apply it to the palm of your dog after you clean them, and this helps right there with the palm and nose. Right. This, if your dog suffers from anxiety, my dog is 175 pounds. He's a quote unquote service dog.
Okay.
But when we go to the dog park, he doesn't understand the difference between service, work, and all of the other elements that's going on. So he gets overstimulated. I pop one of these collars on him. This works the same way as a flea and tick collar. And as his body is demonstrating that he's anxious or nervous, it releases small amount of CBD, the same way that it does with the flea and tick collar. And then these are our favorites. These are the treats. We give these to him 30 minutes before we're leaving the house.
Nice.
And what this does is it causes him not to suffer from separation anxiety. Our dog doesn't know that he's not human. So when we're leaving the house, he has panic attacks, he tears up, stuff like that. So if you give this to your animal, and this is also good for cats too, if you give it to your dog or your cat 30 minutes to 45 minutes before you leave the house, it causes them to calm down. So,
Wow.
yeah.
So again, we're here at Bountiful Utopia. You know, what is the holistic approach? What had you go into this lane? Educate us a little bit more on what the holistic approach is.
So before my father passed away, he consumed cannabis every day. I never really understood what it was all about, but he also worked at Norfolk Naval Shipyard. He went to dialysis 3 times a week, The days he had dialysis, he would get up and go to work at 4 in the morning so that he could work his entire shift and then leave to get on the machine. Later, once I started to study hemp, I understood that after dialysis, he was kind of re-cleaning his cells all over again. And that was the only thing that preserved his life. Thankful to God, my dad was able to see 30 years. He got his 30 years on Friday before he expired. Yeah. He got his 30 years on a Friday, and then he passed away that Tuesday.
So what's next for Bountiful Utopia?
Well, we're working on trying to stay compliant, trying to stay in business so that whenever recreational sales becomes available for retailers like myself, we will be able to do the application process and hopefully be one of the few companies that are micro that are selected to be able to participate in the recreational program.
I like it. I like it. That's Auntie.
That's me.
Bountiful Utopia
Pull up.
in Norfolk with our guy Black helping out. And you know it's Tidewater Terrell. We appreciate y'all showing up today. Thank you very much for allowing Frozen Cups and Hot Chips to be in the building. Get down here, 801 East 26th Street in Norfolk. Come see Auntie, Bountiful Utopia. I'm Tidewater Terrell, and this has been Frozen Cups and Hot Chips.
Hey.